How's it going, all you beautiful people? Today we'll be talking about 5 promo cards that I think are very underrated in the market right now, that I think will do well over time, and all 5 of these cards are under $10, so they won't break your bank. At the end of 2025, there was a bit of a downturn in the Pokemon market, so there's a lot of singles that went down a lot. So I think there's a lot of good grabs in the market right now. So I think there's a ton of underrated cards that I think will perform well over time. But I specifically like these 5 cards because I like the arts of these cards and because they're all under $10. So if all these cards go to $0, you'll lose an in and out double double and fries. And that would personally hurt me, but that's not going to be the end of the world. So these are the 5 cards. Number one is the Magneton promo. This is a promo in the Surging Sparks ETB, which is currently around $73 right now. And I like this card because about 6 months ago, it was a $5 card. It peaked during the run of mainly the promo demand surge, but there was a surge in all Pokemon products, and it peaked around $12, and it dropped now to about $5. So that means it is down about 58% from the peak. So I definitely like this card. I think it has potential. The art is really pretty. I know that Magneton's not. I don't know if you'll ever meet someone and ask them what's your favorite Pokemon. They'll say Magneton. But I do like this art, and for $5, it's kind of. I think it's a good grab. The second card that I think is underrated is the Lucario V-Star promo. And this is a promo card in the Crown Zenith ETB, which is around $220 right now. So you can't get these ETBs anymore unless you buy it from someone else that has it, that hasn't opened it. So the ETB itself is $220, but this card is 6 months ago, it was $8. It peaked during the huge surge around $15, and now it's about $7. So from the peak, it's dropped about 53%. I like this card because it looks really cool, but not only that, you can't get these ETBs anymore. So you can't walk into Target and say, oh, do you guys have a Crown Zenith ETB? It's just not in existence. The only way you can get it is go on TCG Player, buy for about $220 plus tax, or buy from someone else that has it on Facebook Marketplace or someone that you know at a card show. Even then, you'll be paying $200, $210, $220, depending on what they're pricing it at. So I think this card for $7 right now, which is lower than what it was 6 months ago, is a really good grab. The third card is a Victini promo. And this card, I like it because it's really pretty. It's just a little Victini looking out, wondering how life is, or maybe just wondering how beautiful life is. But this card comes from the Unova Victini Illustration Collection, which is a $43 collection box right now. So this collection box isn't too expensive. So if you really like this card and also like the white Flare Black Bolt set, you can buy the collection. But I personally like this card in itself. 6 months ago, it was an $8 card. It peaked at $15 when there was that huge surge, and then it's about $7 now. So from the peak, it's dropped about 53%. And not only that, it's cheaper than it was 6 months ago. So I definitely think with how nice this card looks, it's a great grab. Number 4 is the Mimikyu promo. I think people have mixed feelings about Mimikyu. Some people are a little scared of it, but I personally like Mimikyu. It reminds me of like a Halloween Pikachu, and Pikachu is my favorite Pokemon. So I don't know. I know that not everyone's gonna like this Mimikyu promo, but one reason why I do like this is it's from the Paldean Fates ETB, and Paldean Fates will be going out of print around this April. That's when a lot of sets are going to go out of print. And the Paldean Fates ETB currently is $270. So if you wanted to get this inside of the box that it's from, you would have to pay $270. And I mean, you would get the Paldean Fates booster packs, which I mean are worth a lot too, and you can get a lot of good pulls from it. But I think this promo in itself is really cute, good value for the price that it is. 6 months ago it was about $6. It peaked about $12 during the surge, and it's about $8 now. So it dropped 33%. So this one hasn't dropped as much as the first three, but I still think it's underrated because it peaked at $12, dropped to $8, And I do think that once Paldean Fates goes out of print, through time, these will get harder to get. These in good condition will be harder to get. I definitely do see this going well past $8 in the coming years. And then the last one is my second favorite Pokemon. It is the Eevee promo from Prismatic Evolutions ETB. And the Prismatic Evolutions ETB is about $124 right now. Prismatic Evolutions got printed like crazy in 2025, so 2026, it can get printed more. ETBs can come out again. ETBs were everywhere in 2025, although they were hard to get. Where I'm at, for example, Costco dropped the Prismatic ETBs Plus bundle package, and if you weren't there before Executive Open, I mean, you weren't getting it because there was already a long line waiting for it. So Prismatic Evolutions, they printed a whole bunch, but even then, when you know it's coming out, there's a long line everywhere. But this card in particular, the art-wise, is my favorite. Eevee's my second favorite Pokemon, not too far away from Pikachu, which is my favorite. But this card is just so cute to me. It's so cute that I personally have a collection of this. I've considered building a whole binder of this. I don't really know if I want to, but it is something that I've considered. But this card 6 months ago, it was around $7. It peaked about $14, and now it's $8. So it dropped about 43% from the peak. But Eevee's a fan favorite for so many people. Evolution sets always do well, and this Eevee card is just so cute. So I think that this one is personally my favorite out of the five. But I just don't see how you can go wrong with any of these. They're all under $10. If they go to $0, I know some of you guys want Pokemon to crash, and let's say in some alternate world, Pokemon everything goes to zero, you'll lose an in and out double double and fries for each card of this if it goes to zero. And you know what? I love in and out. I'll be sad, but it's not the end of the world. But the upside of these, they can do really well. Even if they just hit the peak that they were, a lot of these will go 100%, a little over 100%, some a little less than 100%. But I think there's a lot more upside to these cards than the downside. So these are five cards that I think are currently underrated, five promo cards under $10 that will fit a lot of people's budgets. So yeah, thank you for watching. If you're at the end and you want to, let me know what your favorite underrated promo cards are currently. I know there's a lot of good ones on the market. So just let me know in the comments, and thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.